Ever notice a tiny flash cross someone's face? Just for a split second?
Their eyebrows shoot up, their lips tighten, or their eyes suddenly widen.
And you get this weird gut feeling that you just saw their real emotion?
It happens so fast that most people completely miss it.
But what if I told you that 1/25th of a second flash is one of the most honest and uncontrollable signals a human can give?
And it's almost impossible to fake completely.
These lightning-fast facial movements are called microexpressions, and today we're going deep into all 7 of them, so you can start reading people in real time like a pro.
By the end of this video, you'll be able to spot hidden anger, fear, disgust, contempt, and attraction before the person even finishes their sentence.
If you want to finally see the truth behind people's faces and never get fooled again, smash that like button right now, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next hidden truth exposed. Let's dive straight in.
Let's start with the man who changed everything.
Paul Ekman, the world's leading expert on facial expressions, spent over 40 years studying thousands of people from every culture on Earth.
He discovered something incredible. There are exactly 7 universal microexpressions that appear on every human face, no matter your age, gender, or country.
These expressions are so fast they last between 1/25th and 1/5 of a second. Most people miss them completely.
But once you train your eyes to catch them, you can never unsee them again.
Here are the 7 micro-expressions that reveal everything, with real examples and how to spot them instantly.
Number 1. Anger.
Eyebrows pulled down and together, eyes narrowed into slits, lips pressed tightly or pushed forward like they're about to shout.
This micro-expression flashes when someone is holding back rage, frustration, or irritation they don't want you to see.
Real-life example. Your boss smiles and says, "Everything's fine."
But for 0.3 seconds, their eyebrows drop sharply and lips tighten. They're actually furious inside.
Another example. During an argument, your partner says, "I'm not mad," but their eyes narrow for a split second. That's suppressed anger leaking out, whether they like it or not.
Number 2. Fear.
Eyebrows raised and pulled together in the middle, eyes wide open showing more white, mouth slightly open or pulled back.
This is the classic, "oh no, something bad is happening" face that the body produces completely automatically. Real-life example. Someone says, "I'm not worried at all,"
But their eyes suddenly widen and eyebrows lift for a fraction of a second. They're terrified inside.
dating example. You ask, "Are you seeing anyone else?"
And for a fraction of a second, their eyes get huge. Pure fear of being caught.
Number 3. Surprise.
Eyebrows shoot straight up, eyes open wide, jaw drops slightly, forehead wrinkles appear all at once.
This is actually the shortest micro-expression of all, often under 1/10 of a second.
Real-life example. You ask, "Did you really go out with my ex last weekend?" And their eyebrows fly up for a split second. They absolutely did not expect that question. Job interview example. When the interviewer asks an unexpected question and the candidate's eyebrows jump up instantly, that's genuine, uncontrolled surprise. Number 4. Disgust. Nose wrinkles upward, upper lip curls, eyebrows pull down slightly. Sometimes one side of the mouth twists away.
This is the "that's gross" or "I genuinely can't stand this" face.
Real-life example. Your friend says, "I love your cooking," but their nose wrinkles for 0.4 seconds. They actually hate it.
Dating example. Someone says, "I'm totally fine with your ex still texting you."
But their upper lip curls for a split second. Pure, unfiltered disgust.
Number 5. Sadness.
Inner corners of the eyebrows raised and pulled together, eyes slightly drooping, mouth corners pulled down. Sometimes the lower lip trembles slightly.
This is one of the hardest expressions to fake convincingly. Almost nobody can do it on command.
Real-life example. A friend says, "I'm completely okay,"
But the inner corners of their eyebrows lift and their mouth corners drop for just a moment. They're actually hurting deeply inside.
Relationship example. Your partner says, "It doesn't bother me," but their eyes droop slightly for a split second.
Hidden sadness is leaking through every time.
Number 6. Happiness, but only the real kind. Mouth corners pulled up, cheeks raised, eyes crinkle with crow's feet at the corners. The genuine smile always reaches the eyes. This is called the Duchenne smile. And here's the key point. Fake smiles only move the mouth. Real happiness always and without exception reaches the eyes. Real life example. Someone smiles warmly at you, but their eyes stay completely flat and cold. That's a fake smile hiding something very different underneath.
Dating example. When they give you a full Duchenne smile with real eye crinkles, that's genuine attraction and happiness you're looking at. That one is real.
Number 7. Contempt. The sneer. One side of the mouth lifts very slightly in a half smile, often paired with a tiny, almost invisible head tilt. This is the most dangerous and insulting microexpression of all. It shows superiority, hidden disrespect, or quiet disdain for whoever they're talking to.
Real-life example. Your coworker says, "Great idea,"
But one corner of their mouth lifts for just 0.2 seconds. They actually think your idea is completely stupid.
Relationship example. Your partner says, "I support you fully,"
but gives a quick, almost invisible sneer. Hidden contempt is leaking out loud and clear.
But here's the first big twist most people completely miss about all of this.
Microexpressions are universal. They appear exactly the same in New York, Tokyo, Istanbul, Lagos, or anywhere else on the entire planet. That's precisely why FBI agents, professional poker players, and elite negotiators spend years training specifically to spot and read them.
Now, the darker truth you need to know.
Many manipulators, narcissists, salespeople, and even some people you call friends already know these 7 expressions exist.
Some of them practice in front of mirrors for hours, trying to learn to suppress and hide them completely.
But here's the catch that makes all of that practice ultimately fail. Even the best and most experienced liars can only control their face for about 60 to 70% of the time.
When real pressure hits hard and fast, the microexpressions still leak through, like water finding cracks in a wall.
Real-life example. Your date says, "I'm single."
But their nose wrinkles for 0.3 seconds. That's disgust, and they're almost certainly seeing someone else.
Job interview example. The interviewer says, "We love your resume."
But their eyebrows pull down sharply for a split second. They're not impressed. Not even slightly.
Argument example. Your friend says, "I'm not mad at you." But their mouth corners drop slightly. They're not mad. They're actually deeply hurt.
Sales pitch example. The seller says, "This is the best deal you'll ever find."
But one side of their mouth lifts into that tiny half smile. They know it's a bad deal, and they're counting on you not noticing.
So how do you actually train yourself to see these lightning-fast flashes in real life?
First technique, slow down any video of people talking to 0.25x speed on YouTube and watch what their face does between the words.
Second technique, focus only on the eyes and mouth area for the very first 3 seconds right after a question is asked. That's when the leak happens most reliably. Third technique, practice with people you know. Ask them surprising or emotionally loaded questions and watch carefully for the split-second flash before their expression resets. Fourth technique, use the baseline trick. First, spend a few minutes observing how their face looks when they're completely relaxed and neutral. Then watch for any sudden deviation from that baseline.
Fifth technique. Record yourself answering tough and uncomfortable questions and review the footage at slow speed. You will be genuinely shocked by what leaks out of your own face.
The golden rule above all else. Never rely on just a single microexpression in isolation.
Always look for clusters. Combine what you see in their face with their voice tone, feet direction, eye contact, and overall body posture.
When 2 or 3 signals all point in exactly the same direction at the same time, that's when you know with real confidence that you're seeing the actual truth. Awareness of microexpressions is your ultimate superpower in every single human interaction you will ever have.
Once you start seeing them consistently and naturally, every conversation becomes almost completely transparent to you.
You spot lies faster than you ever thought possible.
You read genuine attraction instantly and accurately.
You protect yourself from manipulation before it even has a chance to take hold.
You understand people on a level that most human beings will never reach in their entire lifetime.
So, microexpressions, they last less than half a second on someone's face. But when you learn to catch them in real time, they reveal absolutely everything. Anger, fear, disgust, sadness, happiness, surprise, and contempt. Pause for just a second right now. Take a deep breath and think back carefully to the last real conversation you had with someone. Did you catch any of these 7 flashes on their face? Even one? Drop your real story in the comments below.
I personally read every single one and reply when I can.
If this video helped you finally see the hidden truth behind people's faces, smash that like button right now. It really helps these secrets reach more people who genuinely need them.
Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. We're going even deeper next week. Thanks for watching all the way through. Remember, the face can lie, but micro-expressions almost never do. See you in the next video.